What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Latinaly, the podcast that is untamed, uncensored, and unapologetic. So I think last week on my Instagram, Latinaly podcast on Instagram, go follow me. On my Instagram, I put up an Instagram story that asked if you guys wanted an episode on proposals and when is it time to tell his ass to propose, and everyone said yes. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I don't have any notes, so this is just me going. So if I go off track a little bit, I'm not sorry. Okay. I know that I talk about this a little bit in my second episode. And I want to go super deep with it. Not super deep. I'm not going to get all crazy with you, but when is it time to tell his ass to propose? So when I met Victor 7 years ago, he proposed to me at 5 years. We're getting married at 7 years together. Is there a necessary timeline? No. But I do believe that every woman has their own internal clock that she likes to follow. I have one as well. And I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, it kind of feels like an itch. Like it feels like you wake up one day and you're like, where's my ring? And there were, I am going to backtrack a little bit because it didn't happen just like that. I mean, there were things that I had that had to happen before I felt that way. So this is what it was. When I met Victor, I was 18. And that's young. You know, Victor and I are pretty much growing up together. And when we were young, we went through a lot of things that normal young couples go through. Like your family gets in the way, everybody has an opinion, parents don't like him, or whatever the fuck, whatever. Okay, so we went through normal shit, but we went through it much longer because we stayed at home longer. Like I moved out at 22. And, you know, so for the first 4 years of our relationship, that shit was hard. Oh, my God. I don't even like to think about those first 4 years because it was just rough. I mean, bitch, it was rough. Okay? Like people's eyebrows during quarantine rough. You feel me? So when it was finally time, so when I had gotten my job, like I had worked, but it wasn't until I started my career and I got a full-time job or whatever, I was done with school, that I was like, okay, now it's time for us to move out, because I didn't want to get engaged before we lived together. Like I knew I loved him and I knew I wanted to be with him, but you never know what it's going to be like with someone until you live with them every single day, because at that time I was only seeing him like once. I was seeing him like every weekend. Well, when we first met and I didn't work. Did I work? Oh, I worked part-time. I was with him every day. But as time went on, anyway, I only saw him every weekend. So we didn't have time together. So I had no idea what it was going to be like with him fucking day in and day out. You just don't know. Like, I mean, you know, he could have been picking his feet, like, and he could have been hiding that shit from me for our entire relationship. Or he could have been one that, like, I don't know. You just never know what's going to happen when you move in together. Like, shit could be all cute when you got your own separate spots or whatever. But then when you move in together, like, he could totally change. I could totally change. You feel me? So I didn't know. So there was no way I was going to commit to engagement before I moved in with him. So that was one. I was like, nah, we're going to move in together. We're going to have a spot together. Then, so when and then also too, like, you ever see couples that are together for like 15 years and then they get married and then they divorce after like a year? Now, I always never could understand why that happens, how that happens. So what, if you just never got married, then everything would be cool? And I think I have to assume that when a couple, because like when you're young and then you transition into adulthood, you kind of grow up together. But when you're already adult and you're established and you're with someone for a long time and then you start blending shit together, like that's when I think you could run into an issue, right? Because when Victor and I were younger, like the whole joining of funds, bank accounts, we did that before we got married. We always thought of our money as one before we got married. So money to us, like that's why half of the relationships that I see fail because of money. Whether it's you don't have enough money, whether it's one person has too much money, the other one has no money, like money, just in general. So I kind of feel like when you think about those couples that are together for mad long and then they get married, it could be the joining of everything that they have. You feel me? Like taxes, you know, the house, because a lot of people now are getting married and getting a home together, or they're getting a home together and then they're getting married, which was, you know, what Victor and I did. But a lot of other people don't do that. They'll get married while they're still in their apartment and then they'll buy a home together. So now everything is being blended together at once, and that could cause a lot of friction. So when Victor and I were younger, I was like, nah, I want to do that now. So I asked him, I said, you want to get a joint bank account? He was like, yeah, cool. So putting him on my account, boom, right? Now it's our account. Now it's a joint bank account. He has his name, my name, cool. We have separate bank account cards, whatever, fine, cool, dope. So we joined our money early on in our relationship, right? Then, because then when you move in with somebody, then you have to fuck with the finances together, right? Because when you live at home, you don't think about, okay, we need toilet paper. Oh, we need toothpaste. Oh, we don't have any butter, or we need dish soap. We need fucking laundry detergent. Like when you're living at home, you obviously don't think about that type of shit. But when you live by yourself, you have to think about that shit like a normal adult, right? Okay. Then I was like, okay, can we function together in a home? You know, like cleaning, cooking, basically playing house, right? Can we do that? Then it's like, okay, I was like, can we pay the bills together? Because that's half people's problems. You can't fucking pay the bills together. Also, too, when you move in with someone, you see how much the other person spends. So it's like, damn, what the fuck? So like, that could also be a problem too. So anyway, I wanted to move in together to get all of these questions answered in my brain. Also, when you have an apartment, it's easy split, right? Like, let's say something were to happen and I was like, nah, this is not for me anymore. It's an easy breakaway. You feel me? Like there's no paperwork that has to be involved in an apartment that you rent. Like the lease is up. One of you stays, one of you go. You feel me? Like you just take them off the lease. Okay, fine. We moved in together. Cool. Then I'm like, all right, this is working. We could pay the bills. We took a little vacation, went to Miami, whatever. So then I thought to myself, okay, can we now take care of something together? Because I was like, yo, after I get married, I'm going to want to start having babies. I don't know what it is. In our fucking culture, you get married and start having babies. Like just young mothers in our culture is just a natural thing. But to be honest with you, I'm not trying to be 30 years old with my first kid. Like, no, I'm trying to be like, no, like I'm trying to be 50 with adult ass kids. You feel me? Like no. Anyway, because you're still young at 50. This is the ranting, you know. Anyway. So I was like, okay, can we take care of something together? Can we keep something alive? So instead of like normal people who get like a fern or a plant, fern is a plant, but you know, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, she buys a baby fern. Anyway, I'm like, okay, instead of getting a plant, let me get him a dog for his birthday. Now, I didn't go rescue a dog. Don't come for me. I bought him a dog. I bought him a puppy, okay, for his birthday. Because the type of dog I have, you cannot just go to a shelter and pick up a puppy. It's not the way it works. Okay. So I bought him Dea. I have to say her name low because she's literally sitting right next to me. And if I say her name too loud, she's going to get up, and her nails on my hardwood is just a wreck. Anyway, I got him our boo. Okay. I'm trying so hard not to say her name. Anyway. And I was like, and the thing is too, like puppies are a lot. A puppy will have you question your entire existence. Like a puppy will. Anyway, I said to myself, if we can take care of this dog, if we can raise this dog successfully, then we have a shot at children. Because raising a dog, okay, there's a lot of shit that goes into it. Training, exercise, whatever have you. There's a lot of shit that goes into it, okay? Now, we did a good job with this one. Again, I can't say her name because then she's just going to be all up in the show, okay? So we did a good job. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, let me give you a timeline of how this all happened. Normally things would happen in increments. No. We moved in on our 4-year anniversary, which was in May. So we moved in May. I got him our dog in August. So that time frame, that was only a couple months. So it's not like I waited a year. Like it was like, no. Because I needed to know my answer quickly. Like I'm a instant gratification type of girl. Like that's why when I go shopping, yo, I will literally pay like if expedited shipping is only $10 more, and I get that shit in like 2 days, I'm paying for it. Anyway, I'm instant gratification. I can't. Anyway, so I needed to know my answer quick, right? Because I'm not wasting no time. I've been with you at this point for 4 years. I'm not about to sit here and waste another year without getting all my questions answered, because then I'm gonna say to you that so let's get into that, right? Because I was like, okay, my questions have been answered, dope, right? Cool. Where's my ring? So that in and of itself, when you get up the courage to ask someone, because a lot of people don't want to have that conversation. Like a lot of people are not gonna just go up to their man and be like, hey, I want my ring. I mean, if you're a bitch like me, then it's pretty easy, but but no. So, basically I had my questions answered, and by my birthday, I was like, my birthday's in December, I was like, where's my ring? Hello. You feel me? So like, and we had gotten into so many fights because I was like, because we would fight about it too, because again, it wasn't until 5 years together. Our anniversary is in May. It wasn't until September of our 5th year together. So I had to wait a whole fucking year. And I'm very impatient, if you could not tell. So that whole year, right? Because of our 4th year together, in December, I started asking him, where's my ring? I did not get my engagement ring until September of the following fucking year. So, bitch, I had to wait, what is that? 10 months? I had to wait 10 months. In those 10 months, do you know how often I asked him for my ring? I asked him for my ring every day of those 10 months. And listen, I'm very aware of the fact that shit is probably very, very irritating. Do I care? No. Did I care? No. I mean, we would fight about it. Not fight about it, but he would just be like, he would just get really annoyed. He would get annoyed and frustrated. Because, anyway, he would get annoyed and frustrated. What's today? Today? This week was Memorial Day. I'm trying to think. No, he bought my ring during Labor Day, which I think is in September. That's right, because they had a sale. Anywho, so I told him, I said every single day, because I'm thinking, what the fuck are you waiting for? To be honest with you, if you knew I was the one, you should have been had my ring. That's how I thought. And I told him. So then also too, I also get asked this question all the time. So people always ask me, did you show him what you wanted in a ring? Obviously I did, because I'm not going to wear something I don't like, number one. Number two, you cannot assume that your man knows exactly what you like. Men, listen, if men are not ball players, rappers, musicians, they don't know shit about jewelry. Or if they're a fucking jeweler, okay? They don't know nothing about jewelry. So, let me rephrase that. They don't know anything about engagement rings, diamonds, diamond rings, okay? Please, your average guy does not know that you want a carat and a half, cushion cut, halo, fucking half eternity band, white gold ring. How the fuck would they know that? How would they know that? So you need to show them. Because I don't know why women do this shit either. Your man's not a mind reader. Can you read his mind? No. So how the fuck is he going to know what you like? Then if he gets you, you know how many girls I see on Instagram that will be like, oh my God, I said yes. And then the following week, they'd be like, oh, I upgraded. No, bitch, you didn't upgrade. You just didn't like what he got you before. Because you didn't tell him. Now, had you told his ass that this is what you wanted, you would have gotten what you wanted. I got what I wanted. So this is what I did. I was like, listen, and again, at the time, no, I'm not even going to go there. I gave him 3 options. I gave him super low budget. I gave him a cute budget, then an expensive budget. Okay? Because I know what's in our bank account. So I know what we can afford, or what he can afford. Excuse me. I didn't buy my ring. He did. What he can afford. I'm not an idiot. Also, too, if your man can only afford something at a certain point in his life, please don't make him feel like shit. I'm not gonna lie, I did that a little bit with Victor because I wanted something like wild, you know? But I stopped doing that because I'm gonna get something wild later on in my life. Like in 3 years or some shit. Just don't tell him. Anyway, so I gave him 3 options. I got somewhere in the middle of between medium and expensive. I got a happy medium in my ring. I sent him pictures. So it wasn't like I wrote it down, this is what I wanted. I sent him pictures from multiple websites, and it would be random because I would just be sitting there on Instagram or like on the actual jewelry website, and I would just send him the link. I would take screenshots. I would go to a certain section of because I wanted a name brand ring. I have a Neil Lane, and I love his rings. So what I would do is I would go to the Neil Lane section of K Jewelers. Then I would find the ones I liked, take a screenshot, because there'd be multiple on the page, obviously. Take a screenshot, circle the ones I liked with the little marker thing on your cell phone or whatever. So I would do that. Then I would send it to Victor, right? He got me the ring that I have on my finger is the one that I circled because I gave him a bunch of options, obviously. And so, you know, that's how I told him. Now, if you're having trouble telling him because you're afraid of him being like, well, I'm not ready for marriage, you need to have that conversation before you move in together. Please. Listen, as women, we are meticulous. We plan. We are very detail oriented, mama. So you probably planned that shit for a while now. Plan to talk to your man about marriage, engagement, what have you, before you move in together. Please save yourself the fucking headache of moving in together, because moving is a bitch. Of moving in together, getting your finances together, and then you want to talk about marriage, and then he'd be like, no, I'm never getting married. You're gonna you're gonna be fucking tight. I know you are. So save yourself the headache, save yourself wasting your time, and have that conversation beforehand. Hello? I promise you, it's really not that hard. And if you're scared, why are you scared to talk to your man? That's the whole other episode. That's I scared to talk to my man. I don't even know what the fuck that feels like. That sounds like a phenomenon. I scared to talk to my man. If you're like that, please fix it. Because you can't be in a marriage or a relationship with a man that you're afraid to tell your feelings to, honey. I know so many women like that. Nana, my heart goes out to you. All you women like that, you know. But anyway, and especially now during quarantine, there are mad proposals coming up. So you don't know. He could have your ring in a little shoebox somewhere hidden in his closet or whatever. And he, just, hey, what about my ring? And just mention it. He might be like, oh, now I could do something real cute, blah, 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 whatever. And it saves them the big proposal bullshit. Some women want a ridiculous ass proposal. I'm like, why? The fuck you want to do? No. Okay. And my proposal was beautiful. It was just the way I wanted it. Private, quiet, no cameras, no videotaping, nothing. Just that moment between him and I. We had a beautiful dinner by the waterfront. He took me to a little park bench. He waited about half an hour and stalled because he was nervous, which was so cute. He told me he loved me 1,000 times. He would tell, like, his speech started off with, I love you. And then he would go with his spiel, will you marry me? But he started it like 1,000 times because he would get nervous after the I love you and get choked up and he couldn't finish it. But eventually he obviously did. But anyway, so like that was my proposal and it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. And in 2-3 weeks, now we get married. So I'm very excited. So listen, if there's something that you want, you are grown bomb ass women. If there is something that you want, you need to open your mouth, baby. Because mama, I feel for you. Like that want, that itch, like, yo, where's my ring? I want to be with him. I want to, like, I feel that, bro. That shit feels like come on. And to deprive yourself of opening your mouth and getting it off your chest, no way, girl. Oh, no. No, you will be in that struggle by yourself, baby. I cannot condone that. So, and I promise you, you'll feel so much better. Let's get married. Let's get proposed to. Let's get proposed to. So I want to see a bunch of proposals on my Instagram. Quarantine proposal. Comment on my Instagram. Send me a little links. Email me some pictures. If you got proposed to, honey, let me know. I'm trying to see those carrots. Okay? Thank you so much for listening to me today. Bullshitting with me today. I appreciate you guys so much. If you have any topics, any proposals, any new engagement rings you want me to see, email me at latinalypodcast@gmail.com. Follow my ass on Instagram, Latinaly Podcast on Instagram. We are on Apple, Spotify, and Google, I think. I don't know. Anyway, you can catch the video version of this on YouTube, Latinaly Podcast on YouTube. I appreciate you guys so much. I am Kiah Rose. This is Latinaly, and I am signing off. Bye.